Among my list of things to do today was to clean off every table in my house. And did I do that yet? No. Well, I know I did not do that yet because you're looking at a table right now that is not cleaned off. But cleaning does not come natural to me, which anyone that has ever met me will attest. But cleaning is really boring. There's no pleasure in it for me. Maybe it's not supposed to be fun. I remember once as a child, I was at someone else's house playing with their Tinker Toys, and we played for I don't know how long, an hour maybe. What was our attention span back then? I can play with Tinker Toys for hours and hours now, but back then I may have hit a limit. And anyway, we got done after an hour, and the boy whose house we were at, he had to get ready for dinner or something, I don't know what, so he said, well, we have to clean up. And he started putting all the pieces back in the box into the tube, and he tried to tell me as I sort of looked dumbfoundedly at what he did, because in my house, my mother would clean up after me. That's how it's supposed to work. Well, in his house, he had to do his own cleaning up, which was just beyond comprehension to me. Anyway, he said cleaning up is half the fun, or some nonsense like that. And I said, oh, you like it? And I took the tube that was already half filled with his tidying up, and I dumped it all over the floor and left. I don't think I ever saw him after that. That was one of the meanest things I've ever done in my entire life. And I can't wait to do it again. No, cleaning up is important, but I just don't do it. I have ODD, obsessive disorder, and it requires that chaos is all around me. Otherwise, I get bored, or I get confused, or something happens to me where I cannot function. So I have a horror vacui, a fear of empty places. It has to be full. What am I doing now? I'm getting ready to make a mask, a Corona mask. This is part of the Corona box. Looks like it's the same color. But my mask is not going to be a mask that... I was looking for that and that. I'm glad I didn't find it, because the project I had that had that and that in it has since been destroyed. I'm making a personification of the coronavirus using a box of Corona beer, which some stupid people seem to think that was the cause of the coronavirus, so they stopped buying Corona beer. Now, if there was a virus that only attacked stupid people, I'd be all over that. Wouldn't that be nice? Just get rid of them. Do we need stupid people in the world? I don't think so. Okay, that's very mean of me. I'm not talking about ignorant people. Ignorant people can learn. Stupid people, not only... It's not even that they can't learn. They can learn. Of course they can learn. But stupid people are proud of their stupidity. So that's the thing. That's the thing that is bad. I'm cutting this into pieces. Now, why am I doing that? I'm trying to, so if let's say I was going to make a face, eyes, mouth, nose, what works here for those parts? Well, we've got, these could be eyebrows and eyes. So let's see if that works. And if it doesn't work, I can always find another Corona box. I don't drink anymore, as many of you know, and I would always say that I stopped drinking too early, because the only way I think you can survive this Trump presidency is if you're plastered so you don't know half of what's going on. Now that sounds like I'm just saying the opposite of what I just told you, which is probably true. So ignore what I just said. But listen to what I'm saying. It's like, those can be nostrils, so we've got, or those could be pupils. What do we think? If this is an eyebrow, I think we need a pupil in there. So maybe these are pupils. So do we want them to be, maybe we want them to be gold pupils. Corona's driver's license will say eye color, gold. I think that's kind of nice. So if I do that, oh, that could be inside. Does that make sense? See, this is the fun part of doing what I'm doing. Not only am I making a mess, but I'm having fun making a mess. Well, let's just make some parts and move them around. What could this be? Give me another R. There's another R. So, anyway, the coronavirus. I don't know. The R's are not working for me. How are you all handling this crisis? It seems, I don't know, what was I going to even say? It seems what, Pierre Gustafson? Do you think that about stupid people, though? Stupid people, there's something about stupid people that makes me think they want to remain stupid. You could say, okay, right here, this is a fact. You can look at it and read it and learn something. Or you can continue to look at this, which is what you believe. If you believe cleaning up is fun, I won't show you this fact. It's a waste of time. It's only going to get messy again. Maybe if I put it there. See, here's the eye moving, looking left, looking in the middle, looking right. Maybe if I do that, that'll make it look like an eye. Face looking that way, eyes looking that way. So we'll try that. My hot glue gun is heating up. See if it's hot enough. Yes. I have to remind myself that hot glue guns, was I going to make them Yeah, I'll make another face with. Here I'm already gluing, and I thought I would wait and see what other options I have. So here we have two eyes looking to their left. Should I have cut? Yeah, I'll leave it the way it is. The fun thing about doing what I'm doing is it has a sort of built-in sloppiness to it, which allows me to not give a shit, to put it bluntly. Okay, the mouth is going to be two ends. Now, a part of this shtick that I'm dealing with is that I like the immediacy of this. I don't want it to be so refined that it looks like it took me forever to do something. I want it to look like, oh, Pierre had fun for a half hour or 10 minutes or whatever. I don't want it to look like this was belabored. Okay, so now if that is a nose, what do I do with nostrils? Is that a nostril? Get another one here. Ooh, how about this one? This one? That's the same size. Talking to myself. And then the nose, nose will go like that. Slightly tilted. I think I have to shore this up on the back with pieces because they're I mean, there's not much glue holding the R to the A there, is there? Okay, I'm going to have this come down. I'm going to cover that little doober up there, which, sorry about that doober, but I want this to sort of go down into the nose. One of my neighbors is an art professor, and she talks about Gazintu, and I thought, well, what is that? It's like Gestalt philosophy of art, the Gazintu thing, and no, it was, this goes into that. Pay attention to how a certain shape of a leg on a posed person carries the same line that the arm if I'm sitting down and I have my hand on my knee and my arm is arranged in a certain way and I'll just show it to you, god damn it. So here I'm sitting, here are my legs. Here's my butt, here's my head, here's my shoulders, this hand is waving hello, this hand is on this knee, there's my shoulders, there's my arm, there's my thing, there's my thing, there's my leg, there's my leg, there's my thing, there's my eyes, and this has a Gazintu into it. So the line of the arm, elbow to my heel of my foot, there's essentially a straight line. and this one, the line of the arm goes into the line of the leg. Then you have this nice little curve. And does that look like me? Oh, no, not yet. Wait a minute. To put my washboard abs. Yeah, fuck yeah. My pecs. There, looks just like me. So, but this is the goes into moment. And, you know, this arm goes into that arm. And so that's a way of, when you're drawing something, looking at the relationships between, you know, some people draw the arm, they get that done, and then they draw the leg and they get that done, but they're not seeing that there's a relationship between the shape of the, or the line of the arm and the shape or line of the leg. They draw the parts. And you have, at the end of it, you have something that looks sort of as natural as Mr. Potato Head, where you just stick things on. And when you do that, it looks, it doesn't look as natural as you might want it to look. So by connecting a shape with another shape, you sort of turning it into this complex shape, or sometimes even a simpler shape than one shape and two shapes. By combining them, you make a simpler shape, which helps connect them, make them look like they belong to the same person, and not just, you know, limbs, amputated limbs on at a field hospital of a battlefield or something. Okay, those are the ears. Okay, so now I need to, do I want it sort of not to have a, do I want it to be a face, or do I want it to be, I haven't figured this out yet. I may have a cunning plan. Because this is sort of representing the corona virus, you know, the virus, but I also want it to look like a face. Maybe I don't need to have things like cheeks. Maybe that's not necessary. So maybe it can just be this sort of disembodied thing. So maybe that's, see, this is, I'm not suggesting I'm doing anything profound here. You can see how profound I am. Look. Am I profound? Not. But I'm having fun, and I'm coming up with ideas that I've never had before about how am I going to represent this virus that's killing all sorts of people, including smart people. You don't have to be stupid to die of the coronavirus. But stupid people might end up dying at a greater rate than smart people, because stupid people are doing stupid things, which is unfortunate. I'm doing stupid things. I'm not washing my hands as much as I'm supposed to, but I've lived long enough, I think. No, I don't know. Was not quite right. So there's one corona head. Okay, let's do another one. I still have some O's and C's, and I've got all this gold. Look at these little things. Maybe they can be utilized in my next corona mutation here. Only 99 calories. So this is a relatively straightforward mask. Let's see if I can do one that's a little bit more. Well, I think I do still have to kind of make it somewhat understandable as a human head. Now, if I made it look like an insect head, it wouldn't look like maybe a head. You wouldn't see it. It's pretty abstracted. That's really not what a human face looks like. But because it's a human face, it's easy for us to find one there. If it was a representation of a bug's face, you might not see that. So, put that there. One of the things, I watch these astronomy, hypothetical, what will life look like on planet X when we get to it, and we may not even recognize it, and you know, the fact that I suddenly got a thought that we may, it might be alive and we won't even notice it because it doesn't have a nose and a mouth and a head. Speak English. So that's the fun part of imagining what life might look like. I watch with great joy a guy named Joe Scott, and he has a YouTube channel where he's essentially explains science to us in a way that makes you enjoy learning, because he's a comedian to a degree. And he, in talking about life, he brought up intelligent life. He brought up the octopus and squid, and how that is such an alien compared to 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. It's just a very weird creature, and it's very smart, and it has more than one brain that helps it retain or helps it be smart. So I'm at a loss here, wondering what this is going to look like. I fall into the same trap a lot when I make these masks when I make heads out of boxes with lettering. O's become eyeballs and nostrils, and C's become eyebrows and frowns or smiles, and I'm trying to get kind of away from that right now and keep looking at this and seeing an eye or a mouth. How can I change that? I don't know. Should I just clean this off and percolate on it a bit? No, I think I need to make one more. This is going to be a chin, and that's a mustache, part of a mustache. I've just decided that. A handlebar mustache. So that's a chin, a mouth, handlebar mustache, which means it has to have another bar going the other way. I should have cut that a little bit more carefully, but whatever. I could get my X-Acto knife out and trim off this little black there, but I don't want to do that because that requires me to do more work, and I don't want to do more work. Shall I give him... Oh, this will be great. This is going to be great. giving him little buck teeth. How's that? That's what he sounds like. If he wasn't a coronavirus, he'd get coronavirus because he's really dumb. There. Handlebar mustache, buck teeth. I'm not suggesting that people that have buck teeth are stupid. I don't want to imply that or even say it out loud. But it was funny, wasn't it? No, when one is making art of any sort, because you're turning the real world into a flat drawing, you have to make lots of choices, and you have to simplify it, and you have to exaggerate things, and you have to do 1,000,001 things. And part of it is to adapt things that might be somewhat stereotypical. You might have to do something that you might regret later. So there's a nose. Oh, we're going to make a monobrow. You know, there's all sorts. See, that's another example of let's do something that will imply stupidness. And monobrows have become is a way that people have shorthand for depicting someone who's not very civilized. Cro-Magnoni. Are those nostrils, do you think? They're too small, I think. Maybe this guy doesn't need nostrils. That's the nose. The nose. See, here they're sort of talking to each other. This one is looking this way, this one will be looking that way. And they're going to be deciding who they're going to infect next. Okay, so now we've got eyes and a monobrow. Do I have, there's an A, there's another A. This one will have a little bit of, I was going to say this is going to have a little bit of gray on it because there's some gray on this thing, but I'm not going to have gray on this one. This will be purer than that. So here's an eye. There's another eye. Now there there's dots. There's it's yellow on it. Damn it all. Oh, there we go. Eye and a monobrow. Is this gonna work? Ah, there you go. Knew I had another one. Huh. Maybe not a monobrow. Making faces is fun, isn't it? Yes, it is. I love making faces. go like that. There we go, like the Mr. Spock eyebrow going up thing that he did so well. Why, Captain, I never knew you cared. Spock. The eyes are close together. See, that's another thing. Eyes close together, monobrow, buck teeth. What more can I suggest? I should not have done that. Or should I have done that? Just do it. He looks pretty dumb, this one. This coronavirus is gonna make a mistake. Okay, how am I gonna make the ears on this one? I used, oops, so here we have two faces. Ears. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Oh, I've got some curves of a... This will have big ears. This coronavirus is going to have big ears. How's that? Big ears. I don't know what's going to happen to the world out there with this virus thing. I think we're all doomed. Well, I've been saying that for many years, but this is going to be pretty bad. Okay, do I have another big C? This one I broke, or cut without thinking. It's okay. That's okay. There. Now where's my, oh, I guess this is okay. Which was the one that had, I don't know. So, two down. Two faces of the coronavirus. Just trim some of that off. There. Two. We're having a show downstairs called Pandemic, and I have created a group of masks or portraits of the hoarders, and they're all made out of boxes, big huge boxes that contained 500 rolls of toilet paper each, that people, I must say, my neighbors bought. And I don't think of my neighbors as being hoarders, but I also know that many of them do buy in bulk so they don't have to go down the toilet paper aisle, because that's one of the most embarrassing things you can do, is to go down the toilet paper aisle, especially when you have, it's like when I went to buy toothpaste the other day. I'm deer in the headlights. I just stop and freeze. Do I want 3D whitening? I don't even know what that means. Do I want 5G toothpaste? What does that even mean? 5G. Explain that to me. High def, HD toothpaste. Does that mean in my selfies my teeth are gonna be extra in focus if I use this toothpaste? It used to be just, you know, Crest, Colgate, Arm & Hammer, Stripe. I used to have Stripe toothpaste. But there was one kind of each of those companies. Oh, you could buy different sizes, but this guy could buy the 2 teeth size. Okay. There I go. I need to make at least one more. So let's just do it. Don't beat around the goddamn bush, Beer. Just make a third. And I'm gonna continue to make this one just with the white and the dark blue. I'm not gonna add the gold on these. So I'm now coming down to leftovers. But sometimes, as you know, leftovers sometimes work better, taste better than the meal when it was fresh. So there we've got something. Here we have a lot of small letters. And we have another something. I can't really use this because it has the gray. I'm making rules here. So I'm going to cut the gray off. I can use that. And I can use... Now because I'm an artist, I can break the rules any day of the week. Because that's what we artists can do. But that's not fun. It's fun to sort of use the rules that you've made to help you focus, for one thing, mainly to help you focus. Look at that R, that trademark R is a little bit outside of the gray zone. Gray, white, gray. Extra, extra, extra. A. I spent yesterday going through my boxes of cardboard I was using in the project downstairs, and I ended up throwing a lot of just plain cardboard away, keeping the things that had lettering or ones that had a lot of color that I liked, and then throwing lots of square inches of just all black or all white or all boring green. Okay, so I've got all these. I've done those. So I've done the eyes as O's. I think I still kind of have to do that, but I could actually. Let's for shits and giggles. Can I say that word on this format? This is a depressed coronavirus. He's looking down. And give me another L. These will be his eyebrows. I haven't decided how I want to display these pieces. Right now I'm thinking that maybe rather than having them together on the wall, maybe having them hidden, like in a corner where people might not even see them. So there's this little discovery that takes place. I'm being a little tiny bit more careful with this than I should be, but I don't want there to be white here. I want that. I could make him cross-eyed. He could be looking like that. No, he's just looking down. He's thinking about, well, when they discover the antidote, whatever that's called. They don't call it an antidote. What do they call that? Then we're gonna die. Vaccine. That's it. That's the word. Virus vaccine. There's two eyes looking down. We have to get a nose in here. And a mouth. I made a mouth using two N's and a C. I haven't used one using an O. Do I even have an O left over? I don't really have an O, but I have a G. There's our nose. There's our mouth. And our nose. We can have kind of a Pinocchio nose going on here. I don't want the arrows on it because we use the arrows to represent the eyes. Does that look like a nose? I think it just has to be a 7-shaped thing. As we are sort of, this one is looking to its left. Okay, so the mouth is going to go here. Oh, should I make them? Oh, I'm going to make the mouth go like that. Glad I caught that. Ooh, it's saying, is that a stupid person over there? Ooh, can't wait to infect that stupid person. Am I horrible? I think you can write your answer below. Am I right? I think you can write your answer below. And the answer, the correct answer for both is the yes. I'm horrible and I'm right. Am I not? I think I am. I need just some white to connect the eyeball to the other half of the head. Why did I do that? Damn it. Try it again. There's a gap, Pierre Gustafson. You have to glue only part of this. Okay, where did it go? Where's the other half of my face? There's one. And then that's here. And this represents sort of the side of the face. I should turn that down. I always have to decide, what do I glue first? Do I glue the thing I'm gluing down, or do I glue the thing that's already down? And it all depends on which the glue has to go on a part that I know no one will see. If I glued the thing on below and then placed this thing on top of it, I may not have placed it. You know what I'm saying. For God's sake, I don't have to explain it to you. I want to use this little doober. What could that represent? I'll just save it for another time. And the other ear. And he only has one ear, you see. So I've got 3. Here we go. Can I make a 4th, do you think, out of what's left? Oh, a dead virus. This is the vaccine was, this is wishful thinking. Those are the eyes. See, another convention. Eyes don't look like that when they die. They stay open. And bugs get inside of them and then they're eaten up. That's what happens. So, the mouth will be made of maybe that'll be the mouth right there. Just this sort of unhappy looking. Okay, a nose. Oh, I have to make an eyebrow. That can be the nose. Funny looking nose. Do I have another X? This one has gray. This one doesn't. There must be another X here somewhere. E. There's the other X. It's right in front of me. There's those buck teeth again. X and X nose. I don't really like that nose. Maybe those can be the nostrils. Okay, a frown. I can just make a frown. Is that enough of a frown? Oh, I can make this can be the nose. Okay, this is it. XX nose, mouth. Oh, that's kind of a big open mouth might be nice instead. No, that doesn't look right. It's too big. What have I used for mouths? I used 2 N's, an O, the capital C. We're just going to use this. We're going to use the 2 halves, the 2 things of an H. There. It's not really a frown. I can make it a frown. Make it a little tiny bit of a frown. Okay. Now, how do I connect it together here? I think I need some eyebrows. Okay, this is going to go here. Glue the, oh, see, I dribbled the glue over. Oh, God damn it. Okay, I need to have more white to connect the halves, or the parts. Where did my little nostrils go? I had a little, there they are. I think I need to add these. Okay, where did my eyes go? There. Okay, one of, when you make things, sometimes you screw up. This one I may throw away. But anyway, it's here. It's here, it's queer, get used to us. Ears, yes, no. Eyebrow, yes, no. Big eyebrow. Maybe big, oh, those have gray on it. Can't do that. Got my rules I have to follow. There, he's dead. He's sad. I'm sorry for doing all of this. Don't kill me. I said I'm sorry. I don't believe you. You said you were sorry before. But I mean it this time. There. I still have more left. I think that's enough. Bye.